Hi guys and welcome back to yet another episode ya Strict Talk. Na on today's video, we want to focus on matters to do with education. And on my side here, my guest has been there for quite some time. Na nataka tupate kuzungumza na yeye, atuelezee the transition between kutoka ile wakati tulipata CBC na mpaka saa hii kumekuaje na what do we need, maybe na serikali inafaa kuongezea wapi ama kuimprove wapi. Karibu sana, say hi to my viewers.
Good afternoon, viewers. I hope you're all well. My name is Buru. I am the director of Darugo Academy. And here we are at Majahi Greens. So karibuni.
Asante sana. So umekuwa katika mstari wa kwanza ama mstari wa mbele pale maneno kuhusu education. Na recently tumeona serikali wakati wa budget, education ni sector ambayo imepewa pesa mingi sana. I guess 627 billion imeallocatiwa pesa mingi sana. So how has been the transition? Capitation imekuwa nini?
Actually, I don't want to dwell much on what the government is doing in regard to finances and capitation, because as you realize, I'm in private school business, and therefore I would want not to get too much into that. But when you talk about transition, I would like to say that we are now almost through with moving from 844 system to CBC. So I would really want to dwell very much on where we are in terms of CBC. To begin with, I need to say that CBC is actually a very good curriculum. We are already there. One time said by a professor, he said that the train had left the station. It is now there, and we are almost arriving where we needed to be. Yeah.
Asante sana. So there's something different with you. Na sijaiona kwa mashule mingi. You have decided to make the CBC more practical to the kids. Now I want you maybe to explain to our viewers how you have made this to come to a reality.
Thank you very much. I need to actually say that unlike 844, where we have been, CBC is a curriculum that requires children to be hands-on on activities. We don't teach anything now without putting our attention on real things, children doing things practically with their hands, children seeing things happening, and therefore I personally have decided to put a lot of effort in that line, over and above teaching our children in the classrooms. And more so, I've decided to not limit myself basically to Darugo Academy learners. I've opened my doors to children from other schools, whereby we have done a few things that make them realize the real activities that they're supposed to do. All the way from baby class, or rather what we are now calling pre-group, all the way to grade 7. So we are offering learners practical things that they need to do. To begin with, here at Majahi Greens, we put up a swimming pool. And swimming pool is one of the activities that our learners are supposed to be exposed to, all the way from grade 4 and even earlier. It is captured very well in co-curricular activity and also a learning activity. So we have put one, and it's open for, to all the learners at all levels. In actual fact, we've also, when we are not having learners, we also open the swimming pool to the community, where some of them come and learn, others come and enjoy. Further to that, if you look at, for example, grade 4 and even grade 3, they are supposed to learn how to handle the environment properly in regard to things like waste management, in regard to things like conservation of water, and so on and so forth. So what we have done, we have put some of these activities here practically, and when the children come and visit us, we do show them at a small fee, we do show them how some of these things are supposed to be done. So that is what I can say, and we are still continuing doing that.
Mm-hmm. So how far have you gone to get some of these plants? Juu nimepata hapa, nimepitia nikaona kuna some plants zenye they don't grow in this locality.
Well, of course, there's a bit of effort because what we need to do wherever we are when we are teaching, we need to actually go out of our way to make sure, for example, where children are taught things about flowering plants, for example, you find flowering plants all over. Children are taught about non-flowering plants, the ones that are not available around here, for example, ferns. We go for them and we plant them in pots so that they come here and see. We have other things like, for example, methods of propagation. Crops and other plants are propagated, and they are all captured in the books where we are teaching these children. So what we have done, we have, for example, planted where we need to use seeds for planting in a manner of propagating the crops. We have planted seeds. Where we are supposed to do cuttings, we have used cuttings to propagate. So children can come and see when you use cuttings, what you actually resort with. The others that are propagated using their tubers. So that's what we've also done. So when you go around, you shall see the kind of plants that we need to use where we use tubers for propagation. Yes.
Okay. Now before we go to the actual ground, we see those plants and other learning materials. There has been a challenge to many schools that they don't have enough land, maybe where they can be showcasing the plants and all, like what you have done.
Yes.
For you, umefanya nini ama how did you manage now to combine all these things where we know very well that land is very scarce?
What we have actually done is to consider exactly what we have said. We know that our neighbors, particularly in our estates here, we know that they have limited space. And that is actually why we have decided to set aside a bit of our land at Manjahe so that we provide for what is actually missing out in some of those schools. We know it, and we know it's really not their wish. It's just that land is a very scarce commodity, and therefore, unless we collaborate, unless we go out of the way and help each other, we will not be helping the children, because at the end of the day, what are we doing? We are helping our children. So a school that does not have space to like you say, showcase, that doesn't have a place to plant some of these things, where they don't have a space to demonstrate, for example, mulching, we have set aside a bit of it for them to come and see, only at a small fee. And I know that particularly some of our areas, like Juja, for example, where we've already seen several of some of the schools coming over here, they have appreciated, because you see, when you talk about the schools, the area is so limited. So unless you are planting some of these crops in the classrooms, you don't have anywhere that you can do it.
Sure.
But basically my idea, me and my co-directors, the idea is to collaborate and provide for the children. Our future depends purely on the education that we give our children. That is why we are there, and we want to welcome all schools in our area, those that can manage to bring their children here, in small or big numbers. We shall handle them, and we shall show them the best we can so that they benefit.
Yeah,
Yes.
So asante sana. And where can they maybe find you? Do you have a office number or?
Yes, we are available. Majahi Greens is only 1.5 kilometers from the superhighway east of Mangu High School. When you are coming from Juja, you have to come and turn by, we take the underpass. Then you take the service road as if you are going back to Juja. Just by the footbridge, you turn left, and then you find us. We are actually within reach. Those that are coming from Thika side, coming from Goingwa, coming from Witedia itself, you also follow the same route. That is just you turn off left of the footbridge. Those that are coming from Marafa area, you know, and beyond, they also find us here because as they approach towards the superhighway, you find us. Majahi Greens is now a well-known place. This is where we are. They come for swimming. They come for the other activities that we are talking about. And they are welcome anytime. You can find us on Facebook. You also can reach us through my personal number, 0723 764 334. I can repeat the number again, 0723 764 334. Or you can access our staff directly by calling our Airtel line, 0733 723500, 0733 723500. When you call those numbers, we shall be able to slot you in our kind of tight timetable so that we don't disappoint you, because if you come without telling us, you may find that we are also having other groups in the compound, and it may not be very easy to slot you at that time. So welcome very much. Anytime, call us, and then we shall make arrangements.
Asante sana, asante sana. So guys, now I'll take you through kidogo muone some of the things that zimeplantiwa pale na some of the learning materials za CBC. Thank you so much.